this on the internet. There's a bunch of people saying like every K-pop group looks at Tinashe for influence. Do you think it's true?
Yeah, I agree.
Have you seen this?
Yeah. The meme?
Yeah, have you seen the memes?
No, I didn't.
Oh, there's like a million memes about this, and everyone's like, she put out do you know her song Super Love?
Yeah, of course.
She put out like a song called Super Love.
Yeah, song? Yeah.
She put out a song called Super Love, and anyway, like...
Hello, everybody. Ariana Grande's latest appearance has a lot of fans talking, and many people online are sharing their concerns and reactions. I want to get into that, but first, there's another story that caught my attention. Tinashe seems to be taking aim at the music industry in her new song, No Broke Boys. The track dropped alongside a music video just a few days ago. The song is decent, but the video is definitely what grabbed people's attention.
Like a year later, I don't even remember who it was, someone put out a music video and it was the exact same concept.
Yeah.
I'm like, so my question is, I'm like, do you think that it's true? Everyone, like every group looks at Tinashe as like
I think it's true.
the reference.
Because, you know, this generation was trainee when Tinashe debuted.
In the video, Tinashe is crushed by giant filming lights, and almost immediately an industry executive starts making calls to find someone to replace her.
Oh.
And that is me. So like all of us, like trainee, we always watch the new Tinashe videos or like her music videos or performances. So I think it's very obvious to get influenced by her.
Right.
And she's amazing.
From there, a series of auditions begins, with different women being brought in to recreate the same pop star formula that made Tinashe stand out. The message feels pretty clear. It looks like a commentary on how the industry can sometimes treat artists as replaceable, always searching for the next version of a successful star instead of valuing the original.
Ariana Grande allegedly might not be able to finish her 2026 tour. There's a new blind item claiming that Ariana Grande's insurance premiums for the Eternal Sunshine Tour were allegedly almost triple the normal cost because companies were worried she might not actually finish the tour. People have been concerned about Ariana for months now. Fans keep pointing out how thin and exhausted she looks, especially during the Wicked press run.
What makes it even more interesting is that many fans have pointed out Tinashe's influence across the global music scene. Over the years, people have frequently compared elements of her style, choreography, and overall artistry to trends that later appeared elsewhere. Some artists have even openly acknowledged her impact and inspiration. But the funniest part comes at the end of the video. After all the attempts to copy her formula, Tinashe steps back into the spotlight with an incredible dance break that sends a loud message. People can try to recreate the style, but bringing that same energy and presence is a completely different story.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse. And I don't know what kind of a situation this is, whether this is an intake or a jab or somebody's doing something to her allegedly, but I'm scared for her and she needs some kind of help somewhere. This weekend, she kicked off her latest tour, the Eternal Sunshine Tour, and fans are terrified, and so am I, because looking at her, things look worse even when she was in Wizard of Oz. And then she was stick thin as well as all the cast.
Make it look too easy, but it's not easy. And honestly, that line hits even harder after watching the video. I loved the whole concept from start to finish. Tinashe continues to prove why she's one of the strongest performers in the industry today. Her dance skills are on another level, and a lot of people would argue she still doesn't get the recognition she deserves. The video actually made me appreciate the song even more because everything came together so well. Another track I've been enjoying lately is Don't Break My Heart from the girl group F-Lo. They dropped the music video just a few days ago, and once again, they delivered. At this point, F-Lo has built a reputation for being incredibly consistent. Every release feels polished, intentional, and packed with quality. What I especially love is how they're stepping up their visuals and putting real storytelling into their music videos. It makes each release feel like an event rather than just another song drop. They're giving fans strong vocals, great visuals, and a clear artistic vision. Because of that, I honestly think they deserve even more support and attention.
Allegedly, it looked like they had competing EDs. Sometimes when you get a group of people, especially a group of women around, they will compete with each other on who can get the thinnest. But I don't know that that's going on here. She's just by herself. Also, Wicked was last year. She's had plenty of time to recover. So what's going on? We know she has a strict vegan diet, and I wonder if diet plays into role, but we also know back in the day, she used to have all kinds of online journals where she put up photos talking about this stuff and promoting ED culture in secret. Whatever's going on, she's a beautiful woman. She always has been. She's insanely talented, and I just hope she gets the help she needs.
Speaking of exciting music news, I recently heard that Chloe Bailey is reportedly working on a joint mixtape with legendary producer Timbaland. When I first heard that, I was genuinely excited. Chloe has so many talents. She can sing, perform, dance, write, and help shape her creative projects. Working alongside someone as experienced as Timbaland could open up some interesting creative possibilities. His guidance and perspective could help sharpen her artistic direction, while Chloe's energy and talent could bring a fresh spark to the collaboration.
No, this picture is not edited whatsoever. This is Ariana Grande at her first show of the Eternal Sunshine Tour yesterday in Oakland. And obviously many people are talking about this on social media, but the problem is there are so many fans of hers that are defending her and going at people that are, concerned about this. Saying things like that's body shaming and that we all need to be body positive. But in my opinion, you can only be so body positive. It gets to a point where this is very harmful.
Partnership that could end up benefiting both of them in a big way. Instead of focusing so much on AI-related projects, a lot of fans feel Timbaland could spend more time collaborating with talented, underrated artists who are looking for that big opportunity. There are so many creative people out there who could bring something fresh and exciting to the music scene.
I'm sorry, at this point there is no amount of pearl clutching, of don't talk about people's bodies, of she asked us not to discuss her body. This is not normal. Like, at what point does somebody host an intervention and say this is not normal? She doesn't need to be on tour, she needs to be hospitalized. And I am so for real. This looks like a person who is about 1 or 2 months away from organ failure.
Now, moving on to Ariana Grande, because her recent appearance has sparked a huge amount of conversation online. Ariana recently kicked off performances connected to her Eternal Sunshine era, and one thing nobody can deny is that her vocals remain incredibly strong. She continues to impress audiences with her singing, and that part of her talent has never really been in question. However, many fans have been expressing concern about how thin she appears in recent photos and videos.
That's the level of malnourished that we're seeing. And you could hear it in her voice and you could see it in her movements. You should not be able to see someone's ribcage like this from the front. Like, what are we doing? And I know her defenders are like, oh, we don't know what's going on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whether she is ill in some other way or whether she is besties with Anna, she needs a hospital. She needs a hospital, not a tour date, okay? Like, this is getting ridiculous.
Of course, it's important to remember that nobody outside of Ariana and her personal circle knows exactly what is going on in her life or what factors may be affecting her health and appearance. Still, the discussion has been growing for quite some time.
This is a message to everybody who is working on this tour. Do your job. She needs to be in rehab. She should not be touring right now. Do your job. And somehow get her into a rehab. Because guess what? You're not going to have a job. You will not have a job if this tour continues on the way that it currently is. This is not okay.
A lot of the public attention seemed to increase during the filming and promotion of Wicked, when social media users began commenting on the appearances of several cast members. Online discussions quickly spread, with people speculating and asking questions about whether the demanding schedules and pressures of the entertainment industry were taking a toll. Those conversations generated major headlines and sparked countless debates across social media platforms, adding even more attention to the situation. Various reports and rumors have circulated claiming that people close to Ariana are worried about how much she has on her plate.
Anybody comparing Ariana Grande to Chadwick Boseman right now has either never had an ED before or doesn't know enough about what EDs do to the brain, okay? Chadwick Boseman had cancer, and he wanted to keep his role as Black Panther, and if Disney found out that he had cancer and he could die in the middle of filming Black Panther, there was a good chance he wasn't going to be able to keep that role, right? So he was hiding the fact that he was sick, and he was hiding the fact that he was losing weight because of his terminal illness.
Some media outlets have reported that family members are concerned about her workload and the demands of performing while balancing major career commitments. At this point, much of the public conversation remains based on speculation, but it's clear that many fans are hoping Ariana is taking care of herself and getting the support she needs as she continues her busy schedule. I don't expect Ariana to step away from her commitments completely, especially with such a major project and so much planning involved.
He was not showing off his body in the way that Ariana Grande is. She is on tour wearing outfits that show every single bone in her body. You can see every single notch in her sternum right now, and that is because she wants you to. All right, she wants people to be worried about her. She wants people to tell her how sick she is and how thin she is, because that's part of the illness. EDs, they genuinely distort your reality. They make you delusional because they rot your brain from the inside out.
However, some fans have wondered whether she might need to slow down or take breaks if the demands of her schedule become overwhelming. At the end of the day, nobody outside of her personal circle knows what she's dealing with, but the concern from fans has definitely been noticeable. A lot of people online have been discussing her well-being and hoping that she's taking care of herself. The overall reaction seems to come from a place of concern, with many fans simply wanting to see her healthy and happy as she continues her career. Adding to all the recent headlines, reports have also claimed that Ariana Grande and her Wicked co-star Ethan Slater have ended their relationship. The news quickly got people talking, although others pointed out that the relationship had already been under intense public scrutiny from the very beginning. As expected, the reported split has sparked another wave of discussion across social media and entertainment news outlets. The thing about celebrity relationships is that people always have something to say, and this situation is no different. The reported breakup immediately set social media off, with fans and critics rushing to share their opinions. Some people said they saw it coming from a mile away, while others argued that nobody really knows what happens behind closed doors. What's interesting is how quickly the conversation shifted from the relationship itself to Ariana's overall situation. Many fans aren't even focused on the breakup anymore. Instead, they're talking about her workload, her public appearances, and whether she's taking enough time for herself. That's become the bigger discussion online. At the same time, Ariana is still one of the biggest names in entertainment, and every move she makes ends up under a microscope. A new photo, a performance clip, or even a short public appearance can turn into a major headline within hours. That's the reality of being a superstar at her level. For now, people are watching closely to see what comes next, while hoping she continues to thrive both personally and professionally. And speaking of public reactions, some fans have started pushing back against the constant commentary surrounding Ariana's appearance. Their argument is simple. While concern can come from a genuine place, endless speculation from strangers online can sometimes make things even more complicated. Many people feel that there is a difference between expressing concern and acting like you know exactly what's happening in someone's personal life. Others point out that Ariana has previously spoken about how difficult it can be to have her body constantly discussed in public. Because of that, a growing number of fans are encouraging people to focus more on her work and less on analyzing every photo that surfaces online. It's a debate that has sparked strong opinions from both sides. Meanwhile, Ariana continues to stay busy with her music, performances, and film-related projects. Despite all the headlines, she remains one of the most talked about artists in the world, and that doesn't seem likely to change anytime soon. Whether it's a new song, a major appearance, or a personal update, people pay attention whenever Ariana makes news. And judging by the amount of conversation happening right now, that spotlight isn't fading anytime soon. One thing that's impossible to ignore is just how fast conversations spread online these days. A single photo or short video clip can end up generating thousands of comments within hours, and before long, everyone seems to have an opinion. That's exactly what's been happening with Ariana. every new appearance becomes a trending topic, with people debating everything from her performances to her personal life. At the same time, there are fans who believe the focus should remain on her accomplishments. After all, Ariana has had a massive year between her music projects, major public appearances, and the huge success surrounding Wicked. No matter what people think about the headlines, her impact on pop culture is still undeniable. Of course, the internet rarely sticks to one topic for long. One day people are discussing her career, the next day they're talking about a relationship rumor, and then suddenly everyone's analyzing a new interview or appearance. The non-stop cycle keeps the conversation moving, but it also shows just how much public interest there is whenever Ariana is involved. For now, fans will continue keeping an eye on what's next, whether that's new music, future performances, or another major career move that gets everyone talking once again. The relationship drew a huge amount of attention from the public from the very beginning, especially because of the circumstances that were widely discussed in the media. As a result, many people questioned whether the relationship would be able to withstand the intense scrutiny and non-stop headlines that surrounded it. Public opinion was definitely divided, and the topic became one of the biggest celebrity discussions online. According to reports from People, Ariana and Ethan allegedly ended their relationship months ago. I actually covered those reports in a previous video. There were also rumors floating around about Ariana potentially being linked to another actor, but as with many celebrity rumors, there hasn't been any clear confirmation. For now, it's important to separate verified reports from online speculation. At the moment, Ariana appears to be focused on her career, her performances, and everything happening around her current projects. Meanwhile, fans continue to express concern about her well-being and are keeping a close eye on how things develop moving forward. But that's all for today's video. Let me know what you think about everything we discussed. Do you agree with the reactions surrounding Ariana? Or do you think the conversation has gone too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss any future updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.